Red Thunder.
Previously on
the failure of LeBum James's career and life.
J.J. Barea, all about 5'10" of him on LeBron James. James pushing off a little bit. As Wade took over with the scoring. James, tough shot, that won't go. His hand on a number of passes. Terry deflects it out of bounds. Again, excellent ball denial. Terry, a long three. Bang! Jason Terry gives the Mavericks a 7-point lead. On now for Cleveland. Cavs have some good veterans on their bench.
And when it hits Kevin Durant's hands,
Durant.
incredible opportunity.
Durant for three. It's good. Kevin Durant from downtown.
In this fall, man, it's very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to
Los Angeles, home of the greatest franchise in sports, the LA Lakers, and the home of LeBron James, the King. Woo!
With the playoffs falling out of reach, LeBron activates his playoff intensity.
my level of intensity has to be, unfortunate for me, because I don't like to do it at such an early time. I'm a little bit different, but it's been activated, so look forward to seeing what we can do.
He goes on to play the best basketball of his career.
What kind of consequences should be reviewable? This it is over. LeBron. At least that's what the referees are saying. More room. Is James going behind the back body?
From battling a shoulder injury, Tyson Chandler as well.
Here for the Wizards. 6
LeBron taking it out, throws it.
And proceeds to miss the playoffs. LeBron starts the 2020 season off in style by taking a fat shit on human rights in Hong Kong. Daryl Morey tweets, "Fight for freedom. Stand with Hong Kong."
When you're misinformed or you're not educated about something, and I'm just talking about, the tweet itself, you never know the ramifications that can happen. We all talk about this freedom of speech. Yes, we all do have freedom of speech, but at times there are ramifications for the negative that can happen when you're not thinking about others and you only think about yourself. I believe he was either misinformed or not really educated on the situation, and if he was, then so be it.
The rest of the season is then cancelled from the history books after COVID happens.
First reaction and thought when you learn that the season's been suspended. This is crazy. This can't be true.
LeBron later wins a practice scrimmage in Orlando against an injured team.
James has been guarding Butler too.
He pretends this is the same as a real NBA championship. LeBron comes into 2021 using his voice to speak out on the issues that matter, such as by proudly saying he will continue speaking up against injustices around the world.
I use my platform to continue to shed light on everything that may be going on, not only in my community, but around this country and around the world. So I speak from a very educated mind. I do my homework.
As if 18 months earlier he didn't literally refuse to say anything remotely critical of China or the CCP whilst Hong Kong's human rights were ended with the world watching.
We all do have freedom of speech, but at times there are ramifications for the negative that can happen when you're not thinking about others and you only think about yourself. I speak from a very educated mind. I do my homework. That's not for me to understand or for me to worry about it.
Let me clear up the confusion. I'm not discussing the substance. Others can talk about that.
LeBum also made this tweet about a police officer after shooting a black teenager as if he was the same as Derek Chauvin.
You're next. #accountability.
Except this was not an example of an unjustified shooting. The policeman was forced to shoot a girl who was trying to stab another girl with a knife.
Grand jury decides not to indict Columbus police officer.
I do my homework.
Meanwhile, LeBron refused to use his voice to publicly support the COVID vaccine.
Not my job. LeBron James says he's vaccinated but won't try to sway others.
And was even temporarily a low-key anti-vaxxer.
LeBron James teammate reveals the NBA superstar hasn't received COVID vaccine, says rest of team has.
Which inspired his flat earther sorcerer son to go all out on his dumbest dog shit anti-vaccine bullshit.
I was not expecting, a mandate to be brought down in a way that it wasn't going to allow me to play at all. And I think that really impacted not just me, but a lot of people. So just had to sit in that hot seat for a little bit and deal with it, man. Life of a martyr, bro.
The Lakers barely make the playoffs as the 7th seed, with LeBron scared about losing in the play-in, leading to him criticizing the play-in.
LeBron James rips play-in format. Whoever came up with that shit needs to be fired.
After praising it just 1 year earlier.
One thing you can't just do is go straight into the playoffs. It discredits the 60-plus games that guys had fighting for that position.
The Lakers begin counting their playoff wins as if they can actually win the championship without the Disney bubble. Then under the lead of LeBron, the self-appointed greatest player of all time.
And then after I stopped, I was like, that one right there made you the greatest player of all time.
The Lakers get eliminated from the playoffs with a grand total of 2 wins. And LeBron unironically completely gives up on his team in the elimination game. Even the biggest dick-riding LeBron sexuals would have to admit, Michael Jordan would never give up on his team in the playoffs like that. LeBron then goes on Jimmy Kimmel to celebrate his first-round exit and lies about not hating Guillermo.
Because you don't dislike him, right?
No, not at all. I actually love this guy, man. He doesn't even know it.
LeBron, are you going to make the shot? LeBron, are you going to make the shot for Jimmy Kimmel?
Man, leave me the hell alone, man.
Hey, LeBron is here. Hey, LeBron. Hey, LeBron. How are you? LeBron. I'm here. LeBron. Hey, LeBron. Here's your salad. LeBron. Here's your salad.
I actually love this guy.
Can I give you a hug?
Realizing that he has wasted his prime and has no legacy, LeBron panics and forms a super team of 6 All-Stars. He even tweets that all the haters better keep up the same preseason energy for the Lakers all season long.
Do me one favor please, and I mean please, keep that same narrative energy when it begins. That's all I ask. #thank you.
Well, unfortunately for LeBron, the 2022 Lakers season did not go particularly swimmingly, despite Russell Westbrook playing like an MVP all season long. LeBron's terrible play held the Lakers back from winning, including no defense.
And everybody on his side saying just flush that first game.
The arms of Bridges. And look, if you're the Lakers, you just got to get back and you got to play the proper defense. They're not getting back. LeBron James is not back yet.
Opposite side. There's a little soft there.
Constant turnovers.
Guarded by Vanderbilt. LeBron gets his pass deflected, another turnover. Beasley's got it, and he dunks it.
And zero clutch ability.
Spins. LeBron lost his footing, and then threw it away. And he missed the first.
The pressure got to LeBron's head, and he would have temper tantrums on the court blaming his teammates after he failed to box out.
Can be off the mark, on the glass, batted around, controlled underneath. Boucher's foul by James furious.
After calling the play-in a terrible idea the year before, making the play-in as the 10th seed was now LeBron's only hope of making the playoffs, except thanks to his lack of clutchness in a must-win game. That did not happen.
With 5, LeBron's got to fire it up. LeBron to tie the game. It's over.
And the super team LA Lakers finished as the 11th seed. Meanwhile, Space Jam 2 came out and proved LeBron needs to keep his acting to the basketball court.
Dang. Thank you to my boy AD.
LeBron James wins Razzie Award for Worst Actor for Space Jam 2.
LeBron further ended the debate of him versus Jordan when he tried to be like Mike and shoot a free throw with his eyes closed.
And his comment was, if they lose this game, I'll walk to Los Angeles. Check out how many miles it is.
He then goes back in time to talk to a younger version of himself.
The future is crunk.
And is too embarrassed to mention that he will never hit clutch free throws and was too scared to post up a 5 feet tall Puerto Rican wharf in the 2011 NBA Finals.
Anything else you want to know? Am I ready? I can't tell you everything.
Is this the king of LA?
Are you serious?
Oh my goodness.
Are you?
Or the king of losing?
Blocked his own shot here. He just shoots it up, but watch what happens. It just gets to the front of the rim and comes right.
Or is he someone better suited for the circus?
There's the play where LeBron changed it, went to his left hand, and then he showed off some of his gymnastic skills.
I think we know the answer.